model to create a Survivor's clone using the Defold game engine. So before we begin, I would like to implore you to subscribe, like, follow, and leave comments, because the more people subscribe, the more this content gets pushed out to more viewers. Those viewers join this growing community. They post their tips and tricks, or they can post their requests, which I'll personally review, and then I'll share the findings with everyone. I'd like to thank everybody who subscribed so far this month. Keep it up. And now I'm gonna show you the intro. So as the intro says, Quen 3 powered game engine. Okay, now I am so excited. I'm just going to share the good news right away. So if you guys remember, the last month was the worst month in my life. You know, the glasses, you know, the metallic clip just wouldn't stick anymore, and then the car would not start. You know, and then I lost all my chickens, right? So very recently, my luck seems to be turning a little bit in that I'm actually talking to more clients. That's not the issue. They also had some really terrible stuff, way worse than me, by the way, like car accidents, whatever. Anyways, the point is, everybody's being positive. I've kept positive all throughout. So when I actually took a look at the car, it seems that it's probably got bad gas, maybe the catalytic converter, or I just need to wait till it warms up. It will probably fix itself. So not too much. So that I'll share if everything is fine. But the best news is today the farmer called me up and told me that one of the people who helps her out once in a while has 8 hens. They're only 1.5 years old. So I told her, well, I'd love to have them, but I said that the car is out of commission for a while, so I have to wait until sometime in spring. She goes, no, I can deliver them for you. So that's fantastic news. So what that means is that I went from 4 chickens to no chickens. Now I'll probably have 8 chickens, and that'll be fantastic. So I just want to share some news with that with you guys. So what I'm saying is that all this bad stuff that's happening, don't let it get you down. Just keep positive and just keep at it. Things will work out as long as you stay positive. That's actually, don't stress yourself too much, like I don't. So now so this is going to change a little bit. I'll need to obviously go spend time outside, prepare for them when they eventually arrive, because I haven't been outside. I honestly haven't felt like going outside, so now I'll go out. I'll have a little more spring in my stuff, and that means the content should be more better as well. There's going to be a few changes. You guys, I'll share everything with you guys. Onto the show here. So modern game development feels like an endless swamp of complex syntax. Most creators quit because coding logic takes more time than designing. So the problem with traditional environment development is that traditional engines require massive dependencies, constant library updates, and then the bloat kills your creative momentum and slows down your hardware. So imagine building a massive Horde shooter without typing a single line. You can use local intelligence to generate every script instantly. Now, if you do remember, Defold engine, you can use Lewis scripts. So that's what this Quen 3 model is going to be about. That's what we're going to do. So the secret lean engine is that the secret lies in combining a lightweight engine with local AI. Defold offers a perfect open source foundation for this high-speed development stuff. It runs as a single executable without any background service bloat, so you can get professional performance without the typical commercial game engine overhead. So if you guys remember, I did a review, I think it's exactly a week ago or so, where I showed you the Defold engine. We went over it. We actually created some things very quickly. But if you guys are not familiar with the Lua scripting, this is why the local AI will come in very nicely. So the local AI assistant understands the Lua API better than most humans. Simply describe your game mechanics and watch the code appear instantly. So I'm going to use the web UI. This is because I found that it's just better for me because I can be more descriptive. One of the things I don't like about unless you do the command line, one of the things I don't like about a lot of the the integrated prompts is that they're kind of limited. So I prefer something where I can be more expressive, and I can easily copy and paste. Anyways, you need to copy paste the code anyway because you have to put it in specific, places. So might as well just do it yourself. So you can have rapid iteration and performance. Moving a hero across the screen requires manual math, as you saw last time. For example, up key, down key, left, right, up, whatever, all that sort of stuff. Now you can ask for movement, and the local AI can generate that for you. This approach lets you focus on art and game feel instead. You can iterate on weapon balance and enemy patterns in seconds. So the survivor's gene depends on high performance for thousands of enemies. Defold handles this massive sprite count better than any web-based tool. So as you can see, I have a table here. You can see the binary size of the game engine. It's very, very small. I have already downloaded here, and I'll show you that in a second. So I'm not gonna spend too much time today because I said I literally created a tutorial probably less than a week ago where I went over the Defold game engine. I'll show you where that is, how you can find it. It's on all the channels. I'm live streaming on all the channels, so you can pick it up. You can look at it there. And then, so we're going to set up the local environment, and I'll show you how to do all that as well. So let's get started. So the first thing is you just simply go to ojambo.com. That's also in the description. See ojambo.com right there. In the search here, just type Defold, Defold. You can see here there are a couple articles. You see the first one was the build fast, ship small, why the Defold is the ultimate game engine. Here it is. And as you can see, this was posted literally not even well, I think it's exactly a week ago from the time of this recording. You see that? It's called Defold, and I suggest type Defold in there, Defold on ojambo.com, and it'll come up here. So there's a video for it, so you can go watch that video. I always create shorts. If you prefer the shorts, you can watch those as well. So I went through this, and as you can see here, it's very ultra light. If you like the C#, C++ for scripting, Lua. See the Lua based compared to the standard engines, and it's instant load, and we'll test that out as well. Now, then the other thing is you simply just go in your search engine and just type Defold. If I can spell it right, Defold engine, and it's basically defold.com. So you go to defold.com, and this is where you can download the you see it's going to be free because it's obviously open source. It's really, really good EM engine. Now the reason I'm doing this again, you see it's cross-platform, as you can see here, truly cross-platform. You can see the consoles, Android, iOS, macOS, Linux, Windows, Steam, the Pocky, HTML5, Facebook, and Xbox coming soon. So I'm so excited of just getting some good news for the sorry about that. I'll try to concentrate. Yeah, so then you can obviously you can see the examples of games made with. So it looks here there was a release on March 2nd. Ooh, so there's already been a release during if you remember. So there's already been a release, so this means I should actually get this release 1.12. I think I have 1.12.1, so I should actually go get this version as well. So let's do that. Okay, so it looks like I might have to go all the way back up to the top here. Where is download? We go to download, and let's see here. For Linux, so I'm going to download one for Linux. If you want older versions, they're on GitHub. You know what? I'm kind of torn here. You know what? I'm not going to download a new version because the one I used last time did work. I don't want to introduce any bugs. But if you do want, so let's see. Yeah, so you can basically go down. You just click download here, and you can see you can get a zip file or a tar zip file. So I got the tar zip file. And actually, maybe let's look at the release notes. Maybe there's something important here that will, yeah, 1.12 is yeah, so this is the one I have, 1.12.1, but wait, that says 4 days ago. So I don't even have that one. Wow. So the ones I have is this one, yeah, I guess this is the one I have. Wow. I should really actually get the latest version. New property options refactor adds. You know what? I'm gonna keep the old one, and I'll tell you why. Because I said I don't. If things have moved or changed, even though it's allegedly a minor release, I really don't want to break things. So I'm gonna use the old one. And so if you guys want me to do a refresh, I can. But I said I don't want to break things. So I know that worked, and that's what what I based these titles on. So we'll check it out. So that's why this is where you get it. Now I'm gonna segue into ideal.store to let you know that I do have a novelette. It's called The Algorithmic Serpent. So if you're into psychological thrillers, you can read this algorithm. So I'll talk about it later at the end of this tutorial. And it's about an AI scientist who creates an AI system and loses his mind, so he has to gain control of his mind and the AI system. And then I also have this recession business blueprint. So if you ever wondered how to start a business, or you just want to start a business during the hard times, this is the best time to start a business. It's called the Recession Business Blueprint. Both of these are available on Amazon in paperback and ebook form. I'll talk about them a little bit later. Okay, so this is a full book. It's not a novelette. As you can see, a lot of pages, a lot of information in there, a table form, and obviously written form as well. All right, so let's actually get started. So as I said before, I downloaded the Defold and I extracted it. So you guys from the previous tutorial, you see when you extract it, you have this. So you can just double click this to start. And I'm not going to do that just yet because I want to start up because we don't actually need that yet. This is about the AI part. So for the AI, I'm going to let me see what I'm going to do here. I need to go to the bottom here. I need to start up the Llama server. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to start up Llama here. And I'm going to use this model, which is the Quinn 3. I guess I should make this a little bit bigger so you guys can see what's going on here. Okay, let me zoom out. There we go. Why did it go twice? I'm not sure. Okay, so what I did here is it's the Quinn 330B A3B instruct 2507 UD Q5 KXL GGUF so it should load pretty quickly here, and you see it only has 49 layers. So the reason I put that command, all that stuff in there, is so that it loads. Usually what I noticed about local AI, by default it likes to load it to RAM, then it passes on to the GPU, which is really crazy because the GPU is so much faster. I don't know why it doesn't just load everything right to the GPU. I don't know why it loads it to RAM first. It doesn't make any sense. It literally doesn't make any sense. Now, I will concede that if you don't have enough VRAM, that makes sense. You know what I mean? It will load stuff into RAM first, and decide, okay, this stuff needs something faster. Let me pass this part to the GPU. That makes perfect sense. What I'm saying is that in my particular case, I go out of my way to make sure that I pick models that will fit on my GPU without any issue and leave a little wiggle room. So you can see it's up and running now at this port 881. So I'm just going to copy this. If I just click on this, it's going to open up in the default web browser, which I believe is Firefox. So we don't need the command line anymore. So I'm going to get rid of this. And here, I'm just going to put this is the side for now. Let's open up a new tab. And then we're going to go here. And you see we have, we can start a conversation. So this is Llama.cpp. So it loaded up the AI model. So you can go to settings, and then you can, for example, you can change some of this stuff here, like the tokens, the top K, all this settings. There's way more as well. You can go to the samplers, for example. You can change all these values. One thing I don't like is you have to click it twice, so you can change those. And there's also penalties. You can change all that information there. Where you download the model, it will tell you what it was trained on, and sometimes also the optimal settings for that model. So there you can go. Now the good thing about this web UI, this comes with Llama.cpp, the server version. You can upload files for it to to process, or you can simply just type text. So I'm just going to do the text here, and you can press enter, or just press this button here. Obviously enter, since I'm typing it as well. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give it a system prompt. Okay, so I'm going to give it a system prompt. And I've told it to acknowledge and wait. So you see here, it says it's acknowledged, ready to architecture a lean Horde shooter in Defold using Lua 5.1. Remember, I'm Fedora Linux, so I always have pretty much the latest, greatest packages. It says factory create, fixed update, and message passing are prioritized, awaiting design input, player, enemy, bullet, wave, spawn, logic, whatever. So it did acknowledge. So the system prompt was act as a default architect. Use Lua 5.1 to generate lean code for the Horde shooter. Prioritize factory create, fixed update, and message passing to avoid engine bloat. Acknowledge and wait. That's all I did. If you don't do that, especially when you have a very large model, it might hallucinate and just go on and on and on and on forever. Obviously, if I had more VRAM and especially more RAM, I would get a much bigger model, which will be more, which will be more sensitive to my prompts. But I have to be careful here because I don't have the RAM, and I probably won't have it for a while. All right, now I'm going to put the user prompt. So I'll read the user prompt to you. It says, generate 3 lean scripts for default 1.2.1 using these specific IDs. 1. Player.script. Use up, down, left, right for WASD movement. Weapon.script. Use factory.create on bullet underscore factory for projectiles. And 3. Enemy.script. Move toward player.go and delete on trigger underscore response. Ensure all scripts are fix underscore update parentheses opening and closing for physics consistency. So as you can see, it's I was reading this, I wasn't sure what it's doing. So I'll show you how to use this inside inside the default game engine. Alright, so I do have a chat request. It's from Asha KZ. I think it's, I don't know if there's an I, 3U, bro, sup? Okay, I'll reply. Say what's up? What's up? Okay. Oh, I'm actually surprised there's no, usually I get spam from Kick. This time there's no spam. Oh, another one from Nipasi? I hope I said that right. You back at you. This wondered and how it goes other than the little I tried. Back at you. So back at you back at you. Can I put that at Nipasi? Okay, so I'm gonna say what's you doing today? I'm obviously doing a live stream, and I am also what do you call it? I'm also in a good mood, as I explained. I am in a good mood today and wish to spread the happiness. Hope I spelled that right. How are you? Yeah, can't type today. Happiness. There we go. How are you? All right. So as you can tell, I'm not an AI because I just replied to 2 people on what is it, on YouTube. Yeah, I'm really surprised there's no spam finally from Kick. Usually Kick has a lot of spam. Actually, I've been getting some spam now also from Twitch. None of that is happening. Okay, so clearly somebody is hallucinating, right? So I'm gonna stop this. This guy is hallucinating. This doesn't make any sense. Yeah, this guy is clearly hallucinating. Now the sound you hear, we can hear you talk with us through the mic in the camera. Not being rude, just saying. What is it here? Not being rude, just saying. No problem. Good, good, great, great. Great to hear. Great to hear. No, yeah, no problem. No problem. Okay to hear you. No problem. Okay, so I'm gonna stop this. It's clearly hallucinating. So I've stopped it because it's clearly hallucinating. So sometimes that does happen. So yeah. So this is clearly this guy has clearly hallucinated. So I'm gonna restart it because this is not what I wanted. That's clearly wrong. So I'm gonna restart this. So you just go back to the command line here, and then Control C to stop it. I'm gonna use just the plain. I'm just gonna use just the plain one I use all the time for the AI instead. Let me see which one it is. It's Llama.cpp. I'm just gonna use the basic one I always use. I've cycled to make sure the. Yeah, so I'm gonna clear this and paste it there. I'm gonna remove some of those memory locks. Whatever. It's gonna take a little while to load up, but that one should be much better. Although I gave this a 99, that doesn't matter because it's only going to use 50. This model only has I think 49, so it's only going to use 49 of them. So if you remember last time, I was also running some other stuff. I was testing some websites. This time I'm not doing that, so this shouldn't take too long to start up again. I'll just hit a refresh when this finishes. And obviously I'm going to give it a bigger context as well. The context was, what is it here? I gave it 24576 instead of 512. That's a good point. So while this is loading, I'll just put it here. So the model, I'll show you what model I'm using. Let's see here, click the sidebar. I'm on Linux, by the Fedora Linux. So where's my AI folder? I put it in models, chat models. This is the model I'm using, the Quint 330B A3B Instruct 507. I got this from what do you call it? I got it from what can I speak? I got it from Onslaught on yeah, I'll show you this since we have some time here. Open this up. I got it from Hugging Face. This is the one you see, Onslaught. This is the one I got, and you see there's different types you have depending on how big your GPU is. So for example, I got the 5-bit one. So this is the one I got. This one here. You see this 21.7 gigs. Now I could have easily gotten one of this 6-bit. I can't get the 30. I can't get the 8-bit. That would be my preferred, or the BF16, because it's way too big. They won't fit in my VRAM. So that's why I got the 5. It gives you a little space as well. Yeah, so that's the one I got. So this guy is up and running again. You see the port number is there. So all I need to do is just go back and refresh. Just hit the refresh button here. I'm gonna remove this delete, and we're gonna start all over again. Hopefully this time it works. Yeah, I'm used to this. There's always, you know, it works when I create the article, when I do the live stream. I don't know if it's OBS that's taking up too many resources. Okay, proceed. All right, so then I'm going to give it the user prompt. It's the same as before. Let's see if it hallucinates again. Hopefully it doesn't. Okay, so far so good. There's none of that hallucination. Okay, so there we go. I guess it just needed, oh, there we go. So it just needed a bigger context because I gave it 512, so that's why it was hallucinating. So there we go, and you can see it's actually pretty fast. Now the sound you hear is my GPU does not have a, oh sure, I'll show you the monitor as well. So here's in the monitor what's going on here. So you can see it's using a little bit of CPU stuff as well, I guess, just to pass the model to the GPU, and you can see this. So this is my system. So I only have 32 gigs of RAM. So what I do is I have something called ZRAM, which compresses, it takes 16 gigs of the RAM and compresses it. I just try to fit everything inside. So that way I only have 24 gigs of swap file. So ZRAM is considered like a swap as well. So as you can see, when it's like 4.1 gig, that's actually good news for me because that means that it's not using the actual swap file, which is super slow. So there you go. So you might be wondering, hey, it shows here you only have 28 gigs of RAM. I'll explain to you why. Now I have 32 gigs of RAM, but because I have integrated graphics, the integrated graphics reserves 4 gigs of that RAM. So the integrated graphics is what I use to plug in, obviously, the monitors and like I'm recording right now. And then so I only have 28 gigs, but 28 gigs is not quite true because I'm using the GNOME desktop, which is a memory hog, right? OBS is also another memory hog. Those, and a bunch of browsers open, so it's actually a little bit less. That's why I use ZRAM. So it finished up here, and as you can see, even though it's done, the CPU usage is pretty high. Believe it or not, most of that is because of probably OBS, right? It's crazy. So yeah, so it's done here, as you can see. Yeah, there we go. If you're on a vertical screen, I don't understand what I'm talking about. I was just talking about my memory. I only have 28 gigs usable because 4 gigs are used by the iGPU, and then I use something called ZRAM, which will it will keep things from going to the swap file. Now the reason why, before people say, hey, why don't you just buy more memory? Or the reason I can't buy more memory because memory prices went way up and it's not worth it. I'm not going to get ripped off. I did budget for it to go down. I was going to buy more, but yeah, this is not going to happen, including storage. So so that's why this is working for me. And if you guys have a low-powered system or also restricted, you're waiting. There you go. So that's it. I'm going to leave this up here. I'm going to see if I can make it smaller. Okay, that's I guess as small as I can make it. Okay, fine. I'll just leave it there. So you see, it can do other stuff as well. It says acknowledge to proceed. I'm not going to let it go. So it did create what we wanted. So it created the script just as we asked, and you see it didn't hallucinate. Now, if you look at this code, it's very simple Lua code, so I don't expect it to have any issues at all. In fact, if you guys remember the code that we created last time in the folder, let's see, I think I should have it still. Where's my home folder here? I hope I didn't delete the folder. Was it Defold or something? This is it? No, it wasn't Knives. That was in my first project. New game project. I'm not sure if it's my first project or new game project. So let's see here. This looks like Defold. No, this looks like Godot. This is Godot. So that's not it. Pretty sure that's Godot. Yeah, that's Godot. I'm not sure what name it used. Yeah, I'm not sure what. Maybe it's my first project. No, that doesn't look like it. Is it game project? I'm not assets maybe. Oh yeah, it's assets. So this is the default. Defold game, I believe. Yeah, that's the one. So it's my first project. Very original name, eh? Can you show what models are you trying? What models are you trying, and which one is working the best for you? So as I just explained, the model that I do use majority of the time is this one up here. It's the oh, what happened here? Okay, I don't know. I can scroll up more. Well, it's this one here. It's the Quen 330BA 3B Instruct 20507 GGUF. I've also used this for Blender, the Blender scripting. There's something coming up very soon. I think you guys will like that, where I built an entire city inside Blender using this model. Yeah. So again, so for my GPU, I said I'm using the 5-bit UDQ5KXL. This is the one you see. It's 21.7 gigabyte. So my idea is I want to put this only on the GPU, so to avoid it going onto the CPU and then obviously my swap space. I don't want it. That's why I didn't pick the Q6. So my particular GPU, 8-bit is the fastest. So, but I'm saying is none of this would fit on my GPU. See, this one is just 32.5, so it's way bigger. And this one is 36, so there's no chance of them fitting onto the GPU. Now, if I had more RAM, I'll probably try them, but I'm not gonna try. Oh, one more thing I was telling you guys. So when you download the model, if you go to the page, like on page here, it will give you some instructions or tell you what the best options are to use. So for example, if you keep on reading here, yeah, like right here, you see, it will tell you what the number of layers are. And other stuff you need here is it will give you some options as well, some good settings to use. You just have to read it. Sometimes it's just all over the place. Yeah, sampling, you see here it tells you we suggest it's the temperature, top P, top K, and min P, if you remember. So yeah, you can grab all this information from there, and I did, and that's what I used. I use the suggested ones or the recommended ones as well. So that's how you know what information to use. And the other reason I use Llama.cpp is because Llama.cpp is very, very fast, as you saw. I tried Llama. Llama is slower, even though it does use, under the hood, does use Llama.cpp. So the only problem between Llama and Llama.cpp, Llama does all the stuff for you, so you don't have to do any thinking or waiting or typing in any tweaking. It does all that stuff for you. However, I said there's a performance hit when it does that for you. So I prefer using Llama.cpp because it's fast. I prefer fast and just, you know, I said I can tweak it as well. I like tweaking stuff. All right, so now I'm gonna show you. Let's go back to the game here. We go back to default. So all you do is just double click on the default. I'm inside the default folder, so you just double click on it. Did I double click on it? Oh, I made a mistake. It's actually opened up already. I just made a mistake. I shouldn't leave this stuff. Actually, I'm gonna try to leave it in RAM to see. I'm gonna really put my system under stress here. It's a good thing you guys told me to open up this this monitor here, so I'll see what's going on. I should actually close the model because it's probably gonna slow down my system here. Yeah, you see, yeah, it's already, looks like it's already being glitchy as well. Okay, so I think you guys should be able to see that. Alright, so you see, I can simply go to, where's the menu here? Recent project. You see my first project. That wasn't a very good news, so let's open up that project. So I have default one, as you saw there, 1.2.1. So I know there's been an update. I said the reason I don't want to get the update is because if they've changed something or fixed something, it might break. That's why I said I prefer not to goof around with. I don't want to goof around with that. All right. So so that was a question. Oh, I did answer the question, and Yuban Khan said what model. I already explained that. So I'm hoping. Oh, I just realized. I apologize. I didn't realize the chat is not showing up here. I was wondering what's going on. So I forgot. Let me open up the chat. I forgot to start this application called Social Ninja Stream. I guess I was so excited, so I'm gonna open it up. Come on, where are you? There we go. Okay, the chat should start appearing hopefully soon. I forgot about that, sorry. Yeah, so your chat should appear somewhere around here if in the live chat. So if I missed your chat, I apologize, but it combines all the chats, so it should show up here. I said I'm pretty happy today. All right, so now, so basically the how to add those scripts. Actually, I didn't even save them. Yes. Okay, so focus. Okay, so what you do is you go to assets. Obviously, you can do it two ways. You can go to assets here, and then you right click, and then you can click new, and then under new here you can go to script. You see here script, you go to new script, and then you can put the name of the script. For example, this one will be player dot script. If I spell that right, player dot script. I don't need the dot. See, the preview, it's automatically going to add the dot script first, so you click create script, and you see by default it has its own code stuff here. It has some sample stuff in here, right? So you don't need to use this stuff. You don't need to use their stuff. Remember, we can simply go back to our code here and Llama here. So which one was the first one? Here's our player script. You see here it has all this information for us. So all I have to do is just simply click this copy button here. So just copy it and go back to here and simply replace. You see, these are all comments. So basically it's a template. It has nothing in here. It doesn't do anything. So all you do is just Control A to copy, delete that, and then Control V to paste. So we have our code in here now. You see, this code is from the AI is generated. So we don't have to worry about moving left, right, all that stuff. It will automatically do that for us. So that's the player script. Then we do the same thing. So again, in the assets folder, just right click on your mouse, go to new, and then pick script. And then this one is going to be obviously the weapon. So we type, let's spell it right, weapon.script. Okay, create. Again, it has, you see this stuff is all commented out. So now we go back here. This is our player script. Now we want our weapon script. So we'll copy this here. Control A, hit the delete backward. Control V to paste and save that as well. And then finally, we're going to create our enemy script. So we right click again in the assets folder, you go to new, and then you click on script, and this one is enemy.script, and that's it there. And we come back here, so we grab our script, copy that, and paste it in here. Again, this is Control A, the back button, paste, and that's it. So now we have our scripts in here. Now all we need to do is we need to attach these scripts onto the game asset. So that's what I'm going to show you what to do next. Right, so it was not easy, even having to restart our AI stuff here. So with that, so all you do now is we go to the main folder. You see the main folder here. We're no longer in the assets, now in the main folder. So in the main folder, you see we have the player. What can I speak? We have the player. We have the player script in here. So what you do is you need to click on the main, this guy, the main collection. You can either double click on it or whatever you want to do. So I'm just going to double click on it. So when you double click on the main, this is the main collection. here on the, let me see if I can make this small. Yeah, right here. You see there's a go here. There's a go. This is for the, obviously for the player. There's a go. So you click on the go here. You double click on it, and then you can see here. You can pick either the player. Obviously, I already have the player script here, but you can add. You can click other. So for example, I click on the player. And then you see right now there's only the main, there's just the main script. So if you want to add another one, all you do is you right click on the player here, and you see there's this drop down. So what you do is you go to add component. There's a glare here, I can't see it. Is it, turn right click on outline. Oh, is it down? It's hard to see. I might have to, oh yeah. Oh, there we go. So when you have to click this, it's kind of hard. You have to click that, and then yeah. Oops, this is really annoying. Okay, I'm gonna make this bigger. It's hard to see with stuff here, so I have to go back to right here. Yeah, here we go. Yeah, here we go. You see that when I click this 3 dots. I can pick the enemy script, I can pick the player script, I can pick the weapon script, and I can pick the player script because I moved it there. So you can pick, this is to add a component. So you can pick whatever component you want, and you just double click on it. So for example, if I want to add the enemy, I can simply click on the enemy, and then now that'll work as well. All right, so you can see right now it's the enemy script. But I'm going to leave it as the player script here, and I'll say OK. Okay, then you just keep on doing that for all of them. Just make sure, like it did find my script, so that's perfectly fine. And then obviously you can also dump the scripts in from the assets. You can put them in the main. The reason I put it in main was just as an example, so that's perfectly fine. Now all you need to do is that's it. That's all you need to do, and then you just continue your game. Now, obviously, in case you guys didn't watch the first video, which you should really watch, I showed you how to actually create assets. So obviously, the assets are pretty simple. All I did was add a sprite, and this is the sprite I added. I just used the logo, as you can see here. It says it's a hero.atlas, and that's it. That was the image. And if you don't know how to create atlases, here's the hero atlas. Here it is right here. You see, all you just pick a sprite, and the sprite is actually the assets logo blue, which is this guy here, which is also in the assets folder. It's right here, logo _ blue.png. And then obviously, if you remember last time, based on the player script, I was able to control it, go left, right, up, down, I believe it was. Yeah, so that's it. That's all I wanted to show you guys. I said I don't want to spend too much, I don't want to waste too much of your time. I just want to show you how you can actually build your game. And if you now, yeah. So I know you guys don't like coding. You don't want me to talk about coding, so that's why I don't want to continue too much explaining. But hopefully, you guys understand that, and you can take it from there. I said now this is the second video in this series. If you guys want me to continue, let me know. I would love to continue. For example, right now I'm able to generate images using AI as well, because I've seen I've used stable-diffusion, I've used conf.ui. And I'm going to show you something how to generate it using Python without any of the conf.ui or stable-diffusion as well. I'll show you that. That's upcoming as well in less than a week. Okay, so that's it. I'm going to stop it right here. Unless you guys have any questions. Oh, somebody asked, what GPU do you have and how many tokens per second do you get? Sorry, I don't know how I missed that. I don't know how I missed that question. I apologize about that. So the GPU that I have is the AMD Instinct MI60. I will show you that on the command line. Let me actually close this application. Quit without saving. Yeah, I'll quit without saving. Okay, so let me show you what GPU I do have. I will go open up settings first, and I'll show you what my system is. So for my system, we go to system here, and I go to about. You see, I have I'm using Fedora Linux 43 with the Wayland desktop. So go to system details. Obviously, MSI doesn't matter. You see, I have an AMD Ryzen 5 5600 GT. The G part there, that's the integrated graphics. And then I have, obviously I'm using Wayland, NUM49, 64-bit. Okay. Now I'm going to show you my GPU. For that one, I'm going to go in the command line here. So I'm going to stop this server again. Control C. Oops, Control C. Okay, so it stopped. Let me clear this. I'm going to zoom out just a little. I'm going to zoom out just a little bit, and I'll show you what it is. I also have an article I wrote on Llama.cpp for this particular GPU. Okay, so let me see how to grab this information and show it out here to you. So I'll use this command. Oh, it's still too big. I don't know if you can see that. Okay, that's it. So I have an AMD Instinct MI60. Obviously, when it says GFX 906, that's the MI. It's a server grade card. So the reason why you guys heard a loud sound earlier when it was ramping up is because it doesn't come with any cooling, because it's a server grade card. No, it's a server card. So I got a 3D printed fan shroud, and it has a 40mm fan, which is a case fan. So I had to create my own custom profile, and I control it with system D. So when it goes up, so when the temperature goes up, it ramps up as well. So yeah, it's based on Vega 20. It's a GFX 906. It's AMD Instinct MI60, and it has, as I said before, it has 32 gigs of RAM, and I'll show that now next. I'm going to zoom in here so you guys can see. There we go. So when it says GPU 0, that's the dedicated graphics. It's 32 gigs of RAM. This small one here, you see the small one, this small number here, that's a 4 gigs. That's obviously the integrated graphics. So GPU 0 is the dedicated graphics, and GPU 1 here is the integrated graphics. I hope that answers your question. Yeah. So I also created articles on, if you're curious about this particular dedicated graphics, again, on Jambo.com, I do have articles on this. I talk about it all the time. I'm not sure. What's this? I'll just type Instinct MI60. I think I have to talk about the building the system. Yes, I talked about it a lot here, but I think let me type system build. I think system build will be better. Oh, come on, system build. Okay, I don't know why it's not sure. Oh yeah, let me talk about. Okay, I know it was last year, so let me let you go down here. It must be on page like, I don't know what page it's going to be on. I can't remember what article this is. Let me try page maybe 8. Let's see what goes up here on page 8. It's probably around here. Let me try page 10. Oh, you know what? I have a better idea. I don't think I'll find any pictures of it anymore. I built it in July of last year. Yeah. So here we go. Honeywell. Okay, so it must be. I'm gonna guess it's probably page 20. I'm just guessing now. Apache. Unboxing. Here we go. Unboxing. Okay, so so I think I have some pictures here on the shared. Yeah, there we go. So this is what it looks like. I do have some pictures. You see, it's an AMD Instinct MI60, 32 gigs HBM2 GPU. I bought it used off eBay, which is ironic because since then the price of this also gone up. I'm in Canada, so we get ripped off when it comes to RAM. And you see this is the 40mm fan. This is the fan shroud, and you can see just a normal case fan. This just goes onto the motherboard. But the problem is there's no sensors it can't control a case fan. So that's why I had to build up in the BIOS. I just set this fan to about 2700 RPM, which is roughly about 2%. And then on my system here, I'm able to control it. I'm able to set it down to 1%, and yeah, so I control it manually. And this is when I upgraded my workstation. If you guys see, what was my hand? Oh, I guess you can't see it anymore, but I do have I have the box in it, but I haven't had time to take it out yet. I'll take it out in spring, throw everything out finally. Yeah, so this was in 2025. So this is everything about the GPU and everything. So the answer to this question, is it worth buying in 2026? Obviously the answer is still yes, especially now. I said the price has gone up a little bit. It's not officially supported by AMD, but with open source, yeah, absolutely, you can definitely still use it because it's open source. So, what I mean, the drivers are open source, especially on Fedora, and it's going to be supported for a while. And yeah, so I would, if you can get a good price on it, absolutely get it. Yeah, so there you go. I even created a video for it explaining all this. How I did finally set it up. Yeah. I think it actually came from China, believe it or not. So it was pulled from I don't know if it was Taiwan or mainland. I think it was either from Taiwan or from Hong Kong, one of them. So it might even be from mainland China. I'm not sure, but yeah. So there we go. Yeah, I think it was used for crypto mining, and yeah. So the one I had before was this. I had a NVIDIA GTX 950, which was only 2 gigs of VRAM. So that one I wasn't able to do anything with AI or whatever. So this one is clearly a massive upgrade. Yeah, especially because of the memory bandwidth. Now this one I'm not able to take advantage of because I said I'm limited with RAM. So I have to come up with some innovative workarounds. So there we go. Yeah. All right. So any other questions? I think not. Let's finish this up. This tutorial is yeah. So let's finish this up. All right. So if you are setting up your local environment, it is the first step towards freedom. Use a private model to keep your creative ideas completely secure. Local hosting ensures your tools work even without an internet connection. No subscriptions or hidden fees will ever interrupt your development process. So if you want to master the professional stack, by exploring some of my resources, I do have books. They're available on Amazon. You search for Adobe Jumbo. The links are in the description. I also have, I do have some guides. They're available on ojamboshop.com. I'm going to revamp that site very, very, very soon. I have to do it quickly because I said I have to now also do the chicken. I have to fix the chicken place as well, man. I mean, it's okay, but I have to clean it up just a little bit because I said I haven't done it. I was very disappointed when I lost my chickens, but I'm now motivated to do it. And then if you want one-on-one tutorials, whether it's programming or AI or game development, anything like that, you can contact me on ojambo.com/contact. Or if you need consultation services, that's ojamboservices.com. That site I also I did revamp it. So you can actually take a look at it right now. So if you go to ojamboservices.com, I should have just clicked the link. I did revamp the site. As you can see, it is a little bit dated. So I revamped it for 2026, as you can see. Yeah, whatever you need. If you need programming or if you need to finish some scripts, Linux extra, you can obviously take a look here. All right. Let's go back, and finally, I also final thoughts. Efficiency is the ultimate competitive advantage for modern indie developers. Using this stack allows you to ship games at lightning speed. Most developers are still stuck in the old manual coding era. You can leapfrog the competition by adopting the automated script workflow. Stop fighting your tools and start building your dream project. The future of game creation belongs to AI-assisted developer community. Now, I want to say something about this today. Before I started this tutorial today, I actually talked to one of my customers who is a creative person. You know, they do design work like logos, that kind of stuff, and they maintain their the company he works for. He's like the IT type person, so you know, when there's ever something to do with coding, he always gives me that work, contracts it out to me. Anyway, the point is, I was talking to him today about AI, right? I was telling him how someone like myself, who does custom work, is getting caught up as well, because people think I just do off-the-shelf stuff, and I don't do that. I do like custom work. I did that because I learned that when I used to be a chemist. The company I worked for was it was a small lab, so instead of competing with the big boys, what they were doing is they just did custom work. So that when I started my business, I did custom work. I didn't want basically it's a niche. That's what I was doing. But you know, people who hype up AI, they hype it up in a way that I get caught up in that. So, oh, they're going to replace programmers. Well, that's 100% not true. It's a tool, especially when you're learning. It's fantastic. What I'm saying is, there's a limit to what it can do, right? So same thing. Like, I'm not an artist. Like, what I mean is, I'm not an artist. Like, I can't draw or do things like this customer of mine can do. But what I'm trying to say is that even myself, when I tell AI to do something for me, like draw, make a movie or film or a picture, I can tell it's AI generated, right? I'm saying that if he can whip up something much fast. I mean, not as fast as AI, but I'm saying he can whip up something which just really blows my mind. So what I'm trying to say is that, just like me, I can whip up code that no AI can do. So what I'm trying to say is that AI is great for, you know, a few things here and there, but I'm saying it's not going to replace people like him and myself. But people think it will. It will not. Okay, I can tell you that. It's great algorithms, but it's not going to replace it. It's not going to replace us. All right. So I also have other recommended resources. As I mentioned, I promised I'll talk about my novelette. You see, I have a copy here. It's called The Algorithmic Serpent. You see, I'm the author, Eduardo Jambo. It's about an AI system that's created by a scientist, and he loses his mind. So he has to regain control of his mind and the AI system. This is the back. This is the paperback version. There's also an ebook version. It's available on Amazon. I'll talk about the ebooks in a second. My greatest one is the Recession Business Blueprint, as I mentioned earlier. It's a guide to help you start a business during a recession. We're in a recession right now, so that's the best time to start a business, because you learn the skills to be lean, meaning that not enough funds. You can work basically anywhere. You could work from your car. Like, when I started my business, I was living in a condo in downtown Toronto. I just used the solarium. That was my business space. That's perfectly fine, right? So what I'm saying is that whether it's your garage, your home, all are perfectly fine, especially during the recession. So you can start the business, just focus on the business, and then when the economy improves, you obviously expand if you want, or hire people then. What I'm saying is the best time to start is always during the recession. People think the best time to start is when the economy is booming. No, when the economy is booming, that it's going to go down. So then you need to lay off people and all that. You want to deal with that. So just starting at the bottom and going up is the way to go, because those skills you'll never forget. When you start at the top, you remember the good times, right? And then you won't know how to deal when times gets rough. I'm saying if you start when the times are rough, you will, you have built up that fortitude. Okay, and then if you want to know more about me, I have this bio. I'm a software engineer, as I mentioned. I'm also an author, and hopefully I'll be an influencer. And if you want to explore my book page, it's on Amazon, and the link's also in the description. And if you need support, jamboservices.com. I should show you the website. And if you want to get the blueprints, they're going to be on jamboshop.com. I said I'm going to revamp the website very, very soon. I'm going to start working on it right today after this tutorial. And then the comment section here, you're free to use it. It stays up about 14 days after the article goes live. You can post things like what we did today. We talked about the Defold, game engines, what is it? The local AI, the Quen 3 instruct model. All that's perfectly fine. But the best way to contact me is use the contact forms on jambo.com/contact or jamboservice.com/contact or jamboshop.com/contact. And these are the channels. You can follow me: Odyssey, Rumble, BitChute, YouTube, Kick, and Twitch. By the way, I'm live streaming to all of them right now. All right. I don't see any other live chats. I'm not even sure if is the live chat working still. Okay, so looks like it is working. Okay, so live chat is working. Great. I don't know. It didn't show up here, but I'm guessing it should. Okay, so with that, I hope I answered all your questions. Sorry if you're from any of the other channels, I might have missed you because I didn't have the social ninja stream, but looks like it's not. Looks like everything was only from YouTube today, which is great. Thanks again for joining today. And let's quick reminder that you should subscribe, like, follow, and leave comments, because the more people subscribe, the more the content gets pushed out to more viewers. Those viewers join this coding community. They post their tips and tricks, or they can post requests, which I'll personally review and I'll share with everyone. Just to let you know that I do share is, you see, I answered all the questions that people posted in live chat. Live. I'm not an AI. No AI can do that. Don't believe the hype. All right. So scroll back up here. If you want to see what's upcoming, go to jambo.com, ojambo.com. Click the watch menu, lifestyle menu. You can see we've just finished this tutorial, and then we're gonna do a review of the lives. It's video mixing. You can also use FFmpeg or OBS, or just send it if you're live streaming as is. It was meant as a VJ for VJs, but you can use it locally as well. And then after that, we're going to take a look at, we just discussed today, the NVIDIA versus AMD for Instinct, the one I explained today for AI. And then after that, we're going to use our little Raspberry Pi. We're going to use, I believe this is WireGuard. Yeah, I believe this is WireGuard. So we're going to install WireGuard on the Raspberry Pi 0W. And yeah, I have this one. I have the original, you see right there. So that's the one. We're going to do that. And then after that, as I mentioned as well, we're going to use local AI to build a city. Yes, we're going to generate an entire city using Blender Python API and the same model as you saw today. So that's why, as I said before, that's why I do like that model. It's very versatile. It does programming. You can write books if you want with it. And obviously coding, but you guys don't like coding, so I don't use it for coding that much, except for little things like this, like today's game engine and this procedural stuff here. All right, so that's it. Hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. Be sure to subscribe if you haven't, and I'll see you guys tomorrow at 2 p.m. Eastern. Have a great day. Bye now.